What's up YouTube, Silver Dragons here, and in this video I want to talk about CBDCs, or central bank digital currencies, and how they might be a threat to the general public, but also what they could do for silver and gold prices. Alright, let's do it. Thank you so much for watching my video. I do sincerely appreciate it. If you want to learn more about investing in precious metals, or if you just want to watch awesome videos about gold and silver, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, so what are CBDCs and why are they a threat? But also, what could they do for silver and gold prices? Well, first let's talk about what they are. CBDC stands for Central Bank Digital Currency, a new type of currency that governments around the world are experimenting with. What sets a CBDC apart from established currencies is that proponents hope it can use new payment technology, typically a blockchain, to potentially increase payment efficiency and lower costs. Okay, so more efficient payments and lower costs. This all has to be good stuff, right? And also it's on a blockchain, so basically it's like a cryptocurrency. That sounds totally awesome. Well, actually, it's nothing like a cryptocurrency, it's much worse. This Forbes article talks about why central bank digital currencies are not cryptocurrencies, and it starts off by saying, cryptocurrency doesn't represent a claim on an issuing entity. As such, its tender status relies on adoption dynamics influenced by human behavior and psychology. And lastly, private cryptocurrency is fully decentralized, away from a central governing structure. The main reason cryptocurrency came into existence was to affect payments in a trustless manner, avoiding counterparty risk. In the face of the 2008 financial crisis, outside of the traditional bank network and its ensuing payment rails. On the other hand, CBDC is a digital money issued by a central bank without, in the first instance, falling back on distributed ledger technology. Given its decentralized and distributed nature of managing databases, this technology is not equipped towards safeguarding privacy, especially if the CBDC would be account-based. CBDC has legal tender status, and private citizens would hold a direct claim on public money, next to their claims on private money via the banking system. CBDC could be implemented in two ways, via the existing banking system as an intermediary, or directly via mobile phones. Now, obviously, there are way more differences between cryptocurrencies and CBDCs than just that, but the point still stands. Cryptocurrencies are not run by the government, and CBDCs would be completely run by the government, giving them full access to your transaction history, what you're buying, when you're buying it, how you're spending your money. Literally everything about your spending habits would be completely tracked and traced by the government. And really, this would be the first step in outlawing fiat cash. It would give them complete control, which is scary. Now you might be wondering, okay, maybe these CBDCs are starting to be implemented in other countries, but surely that's not going to happen in the USA, right? Wrong. Major central banks across the world are in a tight race to deliver the first credible version of digital money. China is testing a digital renminbi version whereby customers can transact payments over their mobile phones. Europe announced the launch of a digital euro as part of the 5-year plan. The Fed announced it would release a discussion paper this summer regarding digital payments, including respective appeals and threats of a central bank digital currency. So obviously the USA is looking into this. So what is the major threat here, and what could this do for silver and gold prices if the USA does adopt a CBDC of their own and they start going from cash to a digital currency? If the government has a digital currency, then they can create money in a new way. This is a huge threat to people because the threat of inflation would be even even worse than it is now. If the government can snap their fingers and add money into people's accounts, they don't have to go through the old channels of creating currency, and this could lead to much, much higher inflation. The other threat was one that I mentioned before. They can track and trace every single transaction that you're making, so they have the ability to revoke your right to spend or receive money in a certain area at a certain time on certain goods and services, and this would be absolutely terrible for the general public. Central bank digital currencies would be the first step in giving the government complete and total control over what you spend your money on. The government will try to paint CBDCs in a good light and say that they're faster than old transactions, they're cheaper, there's no fees, and overall better for everyone. But we know that they would severely limit our freedom, and I am not a fan of that. So if the government did adopt a CBDC in the near future, how would this affect the prices of gold and silver? Well, I think it's pretty obvious that if they did have a CBDC in place and they were able to create as much money as they wanted to fund all of their different programs, then we probably would see more inflation. And when the dollar gets inflated and the buying power goes down, then you typically see the prices of gold and silver go up. So I think that would be one consequence that we could expect. But another thing that you probably would see would be massive amounts of people flooding to gold and silver or even cryptocurrencies as an alternative solution to buy and sell goods and services, because I think there would be a lot of fear that people would not be able to make purchases that they want to make, buy all the things that they want to buy with the CBDCs, and so they probably would go to an alternative form of currency or money, and traditionally gold and silver have been looked at as money for thousands and thousands of years. Obviously, we do have cryptocurrencies now, but those are very volatile, so I think gold and silver would be one of the go-tos for many people. And of course, when demand rises for something, then you typically see the price go up. It would be absolutely insane if the government decides to go this route with a digital currency, but I think that they're going to do it in the near future. I don't know if it's going to be in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, but it certainly seems like most of the countries are going that way, and the USA is probably going to follow. So for those reasons, I'm stacking silver and gold as hard as I can right now. Now, I do think there are a lot more reasons to stack gold and silver than just the threat of CBDCs and the potential loss of freedom when it comes to buying what we want to buy, when we want to buy it, etc., etc. But I do think this gives us stackers one more reason to stack hard right now while we still can. And if CBDCs are implemented, I think that junk silver will become extremely popular. This stuff is very trusted, it is fractional and easy to make small purchases with. So if you want to know how to buy junk silver, make sure you're not getting scammed, definitely watch my junk silver buying guide video. And lastly, I just want to say a massive thank you so much for watching this one, and I will see you all in my next video. Silver Dragons out.